her voice as a woman. We need her voice as a child of immigrants. We need her voice because she's progressive. We need her voice because she's speaking on behalf of Persians everywhere. So, well, think about that. We have a progressive, Persian, Southern woman and daughter of immigrants. Who else has that? We do not have enough women in our Congress. Women make up over 51% of our population, and yet we do not have anywhere near that in our Congress. We need her voice. It's so critical. So now I want you to hear her voice. So Melody, would you come up? And
thank you, everybody. First, I want to say thank you to all everybody who helped put this together. So Farah with the flowers. Thank you for the food, the hummus. Everything was amazing. So I really appreciate it. Thank you to the Farokhis for coming. They have been in politics, all of them, all three of them, for a while, and have done a lot to help advance the causes here in Georgia. So I really appreciate them coming out and for that wonderful introduction. Thank you, Maz, for responding when we reached out to you in the hopes that we could connect with another Persian. It's not always easy doing something different, and I'll talk about that, but your support has meant a lot to me, so thank you for coming, and for Omi for coming. Brown People Unite. And before I get started, I have to thank Farah and David, my parents. They have done so much for this campaign. When I called them, I wasn't sure they were even going to be happy I was running, much less organizing fundraisers, putting up signs, wearing a button, being obnoxious to people, walking up to everybody. So thank you so much, Farah and David, for giving birth to me and then everything else. All right, so I have my notes because I don't often get to make this kind of speech. I talk a lot about policies. I talk a lot about why people in East Tennessee should vote for me. But it's rare that I get a room full of Persians, beautiful Persians, to talk about one of the major reasons that I'm running in this election in particular. So in politics, people have that question. They ask you, why are you running for president? Why are you running for mayor? It's a huge part of your campaign. And so for me, the question is, why am I, Melody Shekari, running for Congress? And I think many of you who are immigrants got the same question when you came to the States. Why do you want to come to America? Why do you want to be Americans? And the answer is pretty simple for most of us. It's, my parents, they came to this country because they wanted to live the dream, the freedoms here. They wanted to pursue that American dream. They wanted to build a better life for themselves and for their families later. At the heart of this quest is a basic social contract, right? If you work hard and you obey the law and you keep your head down, then you'll achieve success, you'll get the respect of your neighbors, and you can have the life that you always wanted. But that brings that question back to me. So why am I running for office, especially in Congress, especially with all those guys that are up there now? And the reason that I want to run is because that social contract is broken, and I want to go up and fix it. It's no longer true that hard work and good intentions will get you ahead in this country. There's a small group of people that want to build walls against other people coming in. They want to deny opportunity rather than making sure that everyone gets that chance. The America that my parents, Dave, with his suitcase back in the 70s, the one that he came to and he dreamed of, was the shining beacon on a hill. And that, if anybody wanted to come, they had the opportunity to contribute and be a part of what America is. I want to go to Congress to represent all of you and make sure that door of opportunity is opened wider instead of being slammed shut. We're at a pivotal moment in our democracy in 2016. Somehow a crazy train is loose in our political system. It's being led by a mean-spirited, wild-haired egomaniac who shares none of the core values of mainstream America. He insults women, people of color. He wants to ban Muslims from this country. In some cases, in some parts of the country, deport them. This is beyond crazy. It doesn't make any sense. So now it's time for us, and it's especially important for us, to come together as the voices of reason. We need to unite behind our highest virtues and our common humanity. Because as a neighbor, I want the best for you, and I have to trust that you want the best for me. The stakes are really high, like I said. We have to take control of our country, to take control of the ship that is our country, and chart a course for a better future. Now, don't misunderstand me. America doesn't need to be made great again. We're already an amazing land. We have freedom and opportunity. But our best days are in front of us, and we know that this bright future won't happen without our hard work and commitment. For all of you all, have you achieved any of your goals without hard work? So no. Going to law school, going to medical school, opening a business, making a life in this country, we all had to dig deep and make sacrifices to get to where we are. So if we want the America that we dream of and the future that we imagine for our kids and our grandkids, we're gonna have to put in the hard work and make that happen. It's gonna require thoughtfulness and deliberate action, and especially respect for each other. And my family and most of you all in this room really understand the freedoms we have here. As I stand here, I'm reminded that I probably would not have been able to do most of the things that I have done in Iran. I would not have been able to run for office like this. How great is it that when I'm elected, I will be the first, or one of the highest ranking Persian American politicians in the country.
I like it.
Even better, an example here, I mean, where else could Maz Jobrani, study political science and Italian in college, and then go on to pursue his childhood dream of being a very successful comedian?
Bravo!
Maz has really broken the mold as a successful Persian comic. I think most of us here know that if you're Persian, you're an engineer, you're a doctor, you have a business. I'm sure when you decided to be a comedian, it was hard, and a lot of people didn't understand it, but when my parents were crying, literally crying at your show last night, and they were laughing so hard, it made me feel really good to have somebody that they could relate to just because it was you. My mom doesn't even like comedians. Usually, she tries to stay away, she begrudgingly goes, but she was really laughing last night. And that's because she could relate to you because you're like her.
I got a degree too.
So just like you broke the mold, I want to break the mold too. And in politics and with, Persians are great at a lot of things. We're great at art. Look around you. We're great in a lot of areas. I think it's time for us to take a stand where we think it's most important. So I will go to Washington and represent you as a new kind of congresswoman. To be successful, there's a lot of things we have to do. We're gonna have to work really hard in the next 50 days. That's all we have, 50 days. If you live in my district, I need your vote. I need your time to help out with the campaign because we're pretty much run by volunteers, and it takes, every individual phone call goes towards the thousands that we will make. If you aren't in the district, or even if you are, we do need financial support. It takes a lot of money to get the message out just to the rural areas. I've been out there to those districts. There are people that are willing to listen, but we have to get the radio, the mail, they have to hear that different message and not just what's on the news. So from the bottom of my heart, I'm asking all of you to help in any way that you can to contribute, because it's going to go a long way, especially in this election. So like I said, this is an important time in American politics. We have a do-nothing Congress. It needs to be a do-something Congress. And I promise when I get to Washington, I will work hard every single day to earn your trust, your confidence, and your respect. So thank you so much for coming out. Please go to my website if you are, or ask me if you have more, concerns about policy issues. I'm well versed, but I appreciate all of you all for coming here. Like I said, we don't have a lot of Persians in where I live, but I've always felt a connection to that community because you are my people, and I'm so honored to be able to talk about this with all of you all, and to hopefully carry forward what we all believe in a larger setting. And say that it's okay to be, Persians are productive members of our society. We are community members. We've always looked out for each other, and it's time for everyone to understand that and understand us. So I am proud to be bearing that message forward for everybody. Thank you all for your support.
Hi everybody, I'm going to be real quick. My name is Billy Joyner. I'm Melody's campaign manager. A few things. First of all, thank you all so much. It is amazing to be able to come down here to Atlanta and have such a big group of people come out and show support. I also want to give a shout out. I'm from Atlanta. I grew up in politics here, and several of my compatriots in the progressive community have joined on today. Aaron Boyd, Juliana Iliari, Paige Gleason. We also had Louis Elrod, who's the president of the Young Democrats of America. who also is from Atlanta. He was on the host committee, as well as Tim Carroll, who is a veteran activist here in Atlanta. It's really great to be able to meld these communities together to do something great. The reason why I am up here is primarily to remind you of the primary reason that you came here. This is a fundraiser, and as Melody said, this takes a lot of money, a whole lot of money, thousands and thousands of dollars. The district is huge. It's 11 counties. It stretches from Georgia to Kentucky, the entire width of Tennessee. There are places that have not seen the light of day since the 1800s, I'm pretty sure. We need money. We need thousands of dollars to get on the TV, to get on the radio. It's going to take a ton, all right? It takes about $2,500 to make an ad, and it takes about $10,000 to put that ad out there where it will actually do some good. We need you to dig deep. I know a lot of people came here today. They gave $100. That's awesome. That's really helpful. That puts a Facebook ad up there for about a week. But we're going to need a lot more than a week long of Facebook. We need tons and tons of help. So please, I need you to dig deep. $250, $500, whatever you can do, it will make the biggest of difference. We are in a district that has one of the most conservative Republicans in the country. He gets up and he repeats what Donald Trump says. And so how great would it be for him to be sitting at his kitchen table, turn on the TV, and see a Persian American running against him, putting it back in his face, and challenging him? Need your help to do that. So please, dig deep, and again, thanks so much for coming. I was just asked, if you do not have your checkbook today, and you can't write a check today, you can go to Melody Shekari.